question before we head on over to answer our members' questions. What's the one thing that we're not talking about that we really should be? You hinted at it earlier.
MAID. Medical assistance in dying, and what Canada is doing to its citizens.
It's basically encouraging euthanasia.
Encouraging? Let's try this again. So since 2019, the Canadian government was offering it to veterans instead of PTSD treatment and traumatic brain injury when they were asking for help. We have audio recordings and all of the lovely things they say we don't have to prove, but we do. As of March of 24, the Canadian government is opening MAID up to mental health, meaning depression. We can kill you now for depression. Children down to the age of 12 with parent consent. The homeless.
You can kill your own kids up to 12.
Well, if we have a reason to. Meaning, like, does your child, because here's the kicker, right, with MAID. It used to be terminally ill, right?
Right.
Long-term cancer, real big struggles. Well, how about preventative medicine and better palliative care? Number one. Number two, you've got people walking into the hospital saying, I'm suicidal. And the right response is a 48-hour to 72-hour hold for a psych eval. But instead, what's happening is you've got them being killed within 24 hours. There is a really amazing daughter I got to know, Alicia Duncan. Her mother was murdered by MAID. I say murdered because there's some sketchy situations around how MAID was used. There's other individuals who were off using MAID. Another Canadian citizen, his disability was hearing loss and cognitive disability. Well, by definition, then I qualify for MAID. I have hearing loss and I am 72% considered disabled by the government. Okay. So I qualify for MAID right now. So it is now going from terminally ill to mentally ill, meaning you can have fibromyalgia, you can have depression, you can be homeless, you can be an addict, and you can, with parent consent, down to the age of 12. The Canadian government is taking the vulnerable population and straight enacting MAID on them. And the reason they're doing it is because they've saved over $98.6 million of palliative care by just enacting MAID on people instead of looking after them to the end of their life. So just eugenics, it's totally fine. Canada is doing some things right now that people aren't aware of, and you're not aware of it because Canada's making sure under our iron curtain that you're not seeing it. Canada's fun right now. Start paying attention, because if Canada is going to start doing this, which they are, and they have been, killing people now. I said this on Piers Morgan and I'll say it again. There has been a stark increase on medical assistance in dying like we have never seen anywhere else in the world. Canada is on a track to break records for the amount of people we kill. And the document I leaked to the Daily Mail back, which came out on July 1st, was a slideshow of them offering MAID and excited to do so to pensioners who were perfectly healthy. And that was under the Fraser healthcare system in British Columbia. So MAID is being pushed in hospitals. It's being pushed in nursing homes. It's being pushed anywhere they possibly can because it saves the government a ton of money to kill you than to look after you. And they are targeting veterans, and they're targeting the mentally ill, and they're targeting children, and they're targeting anyone they can so that they don't have to pay for them. So please read more about that and look into it, because we are screaming about it in our country and no one is paying attention.
That's pretty fucked up.
Super fucked up, man. Yeah. I like to bring happiness everywhere I go.
Yeah, we do like to end the interviews on a positive note.
Yes.
My apologies.
We're not ending the interview because we're heading over to answer